Welcome back to Dragonfinder Kingmaker, episode 13. We are at the party to celebrate our baronhood. Ooh, who are you? You have a portrait. Clearly you're important. A handsome, well-dressed young man about 17 years old looks at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be a baroness. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander? No last name? No title? Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I want to speak with you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baroness with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with people. My family would never approve, of course. But then, I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule part of it someday. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary to Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in future, after I have a firm position in my family. So... Are you from Restavik nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. Just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands. And the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so. And carefully. Okay. Okay, let's chat with Amiri. The wine's alright, nice and strong, but the appetizers, barely a mouthful. And that's why they're appetizers. Interesting. These people are not just celebrating, it seems your feat has given them new hope. Anybody else with Valerie? Probably doesn't have much interest to say. Mr. Varn. Mayor Varn. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly. As though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of grey running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. I instantly like this guy. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mayor Varn, the new ruler of Dunsword, your neighbour to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Oh yeah, one of the competitors. I'm about to be baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. Ah, how did you earn the title of baron? Truth be told, my team just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamandi Eldori needed someone reliable to take hold of the and hold the territory. I'm captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Farnling host. Have you heard of us? No? No matter. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared of most of the brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place. And for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel being a noble suddenly? He looks at his rich clothes and smirks like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. He nods towards an arrogant man in the other corner of the room. See that lad? Baron Drelev. He's not like us. Who knows what generation of baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me? We're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. It was nice meeting you. Farewell. Goodbye, once you've settled in, come pay us a visit. I will. I am already interested. Keston. Let's go. How do we have to... Maybe I've had one too many. Okay, sure. Hey, you. Casey. Oh!
Will you drink with me?
You see Casey approaching, the tiefling you met during the battle at Jaman de Aldori's mansion. As she draws near, she places one of the cups of wine she's holding into your hand. Will you drink with me? Okay. Of course. To beauty.
To beauty. It sweetens our happy days and brings solace to our dark and sorrowful ones.
Okay. She smiles and taps her cup.
But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
Hey, I'm happy to listen to a fellow tiefling. No need to apologize. I don't expect everyone to immediately fall under my charms and entrust me with all their secrets. That would be a blatant lie, but... Apology accepted. First of all, listen to what you have to say. Then, okay. Just you once. Don't want to have any further dealings with you. I mean, let's feign humility. No need to apologize. I don't expect everyone I meet to immediately fall under my charms. I mean, that's exactly what I expect, but I'm not gonna be what I tell her.
How amusing. Usually those who don't seek affection are the very ones who receive it. Anyway, enough sweet talk. There is something important I wanted to tell you.
Okie dokie.
As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine, possibly full of great treasures? A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira, and it just so happens to be located in the lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
What could be better than a treasure hunt? I'm ready, or that sounds tempting, but I'll need to think about it. Or forgive me if your promises are not reassuring. I have no wish to have anything more to do with you. Well, obviously not 3. Sounds tempting, but I'll need to think about it.
Your caution is reasonable. Well, I'm going to visit the capital of your newborn barony anyway. I might rent a house. Find me there if you decide you're interested in my offer.
Yes, I think I will.
So long, friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
Saluting us with the cup, the tiefling girl steps back and disappears into the shadows between the columns. Yeah, I think that stuff with Casey, I believe that is part of a DLC thing. Ah yes, you see, good old Rostov hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell of the streets is the same. Oh! This person has... okay. Oh, hey, Natalia Sertova! Ah, yes. Yeah. So, we were warned about her. She's discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. You are not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it. While you can. Yeah. Option 2. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Eldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Rostov to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. And what would you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Eldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid civil war while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Germandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, that green-skinned boy, Cassil. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Merveille, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. Ah. Chandra Merveille. The old woman standing next to Natalie gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Okay, so we're getting options. So we already have 3 options. Is Vanke Keeg. A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps your hand tightly in his rough, callous palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Eristil made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Oh, deep voice. Congratulations on your victory. Allow me to introduce myself. I am as Vanke Keeg, High Priest of Eristil in Restov. Immediately I have a diplomacy option here. Let's see. Do many people in Restov venerate Eristil? You're dressed surprisingly simply for a festive occasion. Honored to meet you. Now, bringing law to the Stonelands is a difficult endeavor. Would be grateful for any help you could spare. Oh yeah, I mean, we're definitely... Boom! Look, we need to roll a 3 or higher. We can do that. Succeeded at the diplomacy check. This is a truly noble undertaking. I believe our community will be able to provide you with reasonable assistance. We will help you construct a shrine in your capital, free of charge. Seems good. There's nothing particularly wrong with Eristil. Eristil's a fine deity. Do many people in Restov venerate Eristil? They revere many gods in Restov and they pray to Abadar, patron of cities, Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults, but there's no denying that the stag god has the largest congregation here. And no wonder. People here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. Well, it was an honor to meet you. Eristil keep you. I mean, if I want to see a priest or priestess of Desna. Shalene and Desna, those would be my my preferred deities to bring into the fold. Now, who are you? I don't know you. Hannes Drelev. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Hannes Drelev, he says offhandedly, emphasizing the word Baron. And you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name, but you took out the Stag Lord and his gang? And so Sword Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yum 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 yum. 1. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? 2. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Or 3. Goodbye. No, we're just going to roll with it. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? A smirk appears on the Baron's face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamandi would have simply given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons of the likes of you and Varn. So you have no army and no special merits, you were just given a land for being pretty? Let's just, you know, rather than insult him, let's be diplomatic and clever about this. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Ha! Politeness must be deserved. Okay. I guess he doesn't see the irony of that. Goodbye. Not even deigning to reply, Baron Drelev turns around and looks away. Okay, yeah, he is a prick, but I guess we were warned that he would be a prick. Oh, lordy lord. This feels like it's a really big decision. The mystery man. The... You know... Castle... Feels like it's going to be a really big decision.
The way seems clear.
Which of the three I take with me? Assuming there's not, you know, a fourth. I'm gonna save for a second. Let's see. Well, let's approach the main stand. An older man with full sideburns looks at you with interest through a golden eyeglass. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege of our dear Jamandi. Protege? I object to protege. You pulled this all off quite cleverly. I confess, I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I bet even a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you. But I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Eldori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced. So it would seem. I am Joseph Celebius, Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and adjacent lands as your northern neighbour. I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Restov, and what about the Eldori? Bravois politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here in this part of Rostland, the spirit of the Northern Freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life of His Highness, King Nolensky Sertova. Oh, yeah. But here, far from the dominions of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It is especially important now, after the certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Eldori Sword Lords used to rule Rostland. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region. But it's not for nothing that Rostov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but by their merits. What kind of events are you talking about? He gives us a patronizing smile. Why, an aspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house Rogarvia. Yes, that was explained in the last episode. Can you imagine it? Old man Korol conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house could just disappear into thin air, but none had expected that exact thing happened. Turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof! All over the country, every member of a royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened. It's a mystery, but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. How are things in Rostov? I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, the citizens are happy. Although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Rogarvia, more and more troublemakers have been appearing. And people are talking about the most shocking things, but these sorts of rumors aren't worthy of your attention. Well, it was nice meeting you. Please, wait a moment. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're in somewhat need of financial assistance. I could organize and supply everything you need for the construction and spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. I could immediately procure, say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that could give you a good start. In exchange, you would ask for a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting building services through Restall's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? Oof! That also seems... That also seems like a big, really big decision to jump on me suddenly. Oh. Are we happy to accept the offer? Or do we thank him for the offer but can't accept it? Oh, must resist urge to Google. On one hand, I want to kind of do a bunch of this stuff blind. On the other hand, I want to ensure that it's a solid playthrough that doesn't close off too many options and gives a good impression of what's out there. Because I'm recording this, I don't want to be missing too much. And in a game like this, whatever path you pick, you don't know necessarily what sort of paths open or close. Kind of stuck here. Alright. I'm going to try and find a non-spoilery answer to this. One moment. I'm going to cut. And I'm going to see if I can find a non-spoiler for what happens here. Okay. So. Very quick thing. It doesn't influence the story much, apparently. Not in any significant fashion. And it's basically short-term gain versus long-term costs. Do I want to get my kingdom rolling really quickly, like boom, instantly, but have to deal with significantly jacked up costs down the line that I will have to invest time and resources into fixing if I want to get rid of the deal? Or not? There are differing opinions on this, and I think that it fits Archonia's spirit to be independent. In fact, just generally, I want Archonia... Yeah. Also, thinking about it like that, I'm grateful for this question jumping, because I just realized what I should be doing is just role-playing Archonia. That's what I should just do. Archonia is an independent spirit. She doesn't like all the little strings being attached. So I think I might want to go with that Lander fellow rather than Kessel. I don't like Jamandi springing, her stepson on me. Even though I trust she's level. I think she's a good person. But I don't like the strings. I don't like the strings and obligations. And I'm going with her advice on that we shouldn't trust the somewhat disdainful princess over there. So I think I'm probably going to end up with Lander. Anyway, back to this choice. Thank you for the offer, but I can't accept it. It's your choice, of course. Figured I'd mention it. Oh, we can always change your mind. I'll probably accept your offer in the end. I'll need resources for the construction after all. It was nice meeting you. The feeling is mutual, The feeling is mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling successes soon. Right, castle. Today's a historic day for Restov and maybe all of Rivoy. Okay, guess we'll talk to
So, how do you
Jemandi.
like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with
My
me.
apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
I think we're gonna go with Lander. Young Lander will come with me.
Oh, the heir of House Lebeda. Naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. Who knows what he has in mind?
Right. House Labada is based to the southwest of Lake Reykjal in Brevoy, controlling the plain's significant portions of lake shipping. They are considered to be from the Brevik noble family that epitomizes Rostland, having significant Taldan blood, an appreciation for fine things, and a love for sword fighting. Family motto: success through grace. You know what? That sounds interesting. Yeah. Hey, before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy.
From what I understand, you've decided to take Lander Lebeda with you.
We can see what her responses are to the other ones. Chandra Merveille will be my envoy.
The emissary of House Sertova? Well, perhaps it's for the best. As they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, you've chosen Chandra Mervey, Natalia Sertova's servant.
Our castle.
A fine choice. You can trust him as you would myself.
Alright.
My
Yeah.
apprentice, Casil Aldor. Oh,
Lander.
the heir of House Lebeda. Naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. Who knows what he has in mind?
Yeah. But I like the cut of his jib. I'm gonna say I'm ready for the ceremony.
Excellent. Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon. Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword. And finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Ta-da! We a baroness now. A noble welcome. Celebration is over. Now it's time to return to the stolen lands and something I couldn't read fast enough. So, whether or not that was the start of book 2 or this is the start of book 2, I think we're in book 2 now.
Victory.
Oh.
The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Ho ho. Greetings, Baroness. Greetings, Baroness. Welcome, Your Grace. Gaston salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious, and it seems he's rehearsed his speech many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jemandi transferred me here, and I am at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Rostov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Eldori, invest a great deal of resources into rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. Oh, let's see. The main question is, where can I get a drink or 3? It's time to toast to my victory. Where are my companions? Are there any citizens I should know about? What's the mood of the people here? I'm ready to look around the city, and we should get a little bit of information. I guess we'll start by asking where the companions are. They're all around here. They're all somewhere around here. And I've never kept an eye on who went where exactly. I assume Tristane's with Jod. You can always find Lindsay. Just follow the noise and turmoil. Right. Any other notable citizens I should know about? Our old acquaintance Jod is right here. Ersteel's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Bravoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit. A blind elf. Desna only knows how he managed to get here. He seems peaceful, even pleasant. Though naturally a little odd, so I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now, but that's about it, I guess. What's the mood of the people here? I must admit, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life. A city, a whole barony born right in front of our eyes. The people sensed the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. Right. Then, the most important part. The main question is, where can I get a drink? Or 3! Time to toast my victory. He hesitates for a brief moment and laughs. I'll make sure to show you the moment we enter the city. The tavern was the first business that opened. Building a city is thirsty work, and I beg your forgiveness for my behavior during our reception. I drank a little too much. It's a day for celebration. Yeah, well, it's fine. It was, you know, festivities are festive. I'm ready to look around the city. Lead the way, Keston. Follow me, Your Grace. Greetings, Your Grace. We are, well, your new subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. Cool, cool. It's wet near the lake and windy up on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbors' heads, though. Ouch. It's a good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, Your Grace. There's still plenty of monsters to hunt down in the area. Do you recognize this place, Your Grace? This is where the Staglor's fortress wall used to be. Not that it saved him in the end, huh? Our works did a fine job turning his bandits den into the heart of the town. I see Peddler has arrived. The heart of every town is its main square. We plan to hold street festivities and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. Greetings, Your Grace. If you turn to the right from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. That's the information I was asking for, Keston. Cheers. The tavern's ale is blessed by Caden Kalayan himself, I swear, and the lady who owns it is a gem. I've heard a baroness is tall as a troll and has hair of pure gold and can breathe fire. Ah, it's all nonsense. Well, except for the part about breathing fire. All barons can breathe fire, trust me. Amusingly enough, I actually can breathe fire. Well, I can cast Burning Hands at will, which I can put to my lips. Welcome, Your Grace. Glad to serve you. Your Grace, those are our guards. They keep order in the city or keep their mouths busy with gossip. And that dialogue was a little bit too short for me to read, whilst all the others were too long. Here's the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see its full extent from this perch. Okie dokie. Cool beans. Beans which are cool. The building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now. I'm digging it. Okay. Tutorials. You are about to make the unyielding Stolen Lands a prosperous kingdom. There is a long and arduous road ahead of you, and your advisors are going to deal with matters of national importance. Found and build up settlements, seize and develop new regions, solve pressing problems, take advantage of good opportunities. A prosperous governor will be handsomely rewarded with support and donations from their subjects. Promising alliance with other states, wealth for the treasury, and many other things. Good luck on your ruling. So now that we've reached the main chambers, this is the throne room where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your Grace's attention. Having finished his speech, Keston tucks his thumbs under his belt and stands quietly. Lander Lebeda. Hello, my dear friend. Lander Lebeda, the young noble from Bravoy who you've chosen as emissary, greets you with a distracted nod. I'm glad to see you in good health. I don't see how you remain so steady in these circumstances. He makes a wide gesture with his hand, obviously meaning something larger than your throne room. But in truth, I shouldn't worry. A little effort and this barony will become a rich and prosperous land, right? Barony effects. Community +6, loyalty +6, military +3, economy +3, divine +3, arcane +3, stability +3. New event. Trade agreement with Sertova, as Vanke's offer, pillage the Temple of the Elk, rebuild the Temple of the Elk. Okay. And we're going to rebuild the temple, obviously. We're nice like that. We are going to keep the priests of Eristil happy. Since ruling seems to be a new thing for you, I'll put the matter simply. There are two kinds of issues that a baroness must address. Boring ones and amusing ones. You have servants and advisors to handle all the boring problems, and you can give them orders from wherever it pleases you. But sometimes an urgent matter will arise. A dragon attack, or the visit of a noble dignitary like myself. Events like these demand the baroness's personal presence in the capital. We'll mark those events on the map too. New event, trade agreement. Oh yeah, okay. So that's the same difficulty level of your barony. Yeah, I set it to easy. I'm not going to set that to automatic. I do want to actually play the game. Oh, interesting. If you set it to automatic, you won't have to deal with the government decisions. Most will take care of it automatically. Your barony will never fail. However, this will also prevent you from unlocking any governance-related achievements. Fair enough. According to ancient tradition of Bravoy and most of the river kingdoms, rulers in these parts find it convenient to receive visitors and chop off their heads at the beginning of each month. I know well that traditions can be tedious, but nevertheless I advise you to visit the capital on important days. But here's the main thing. You should start choosing people to fill key positions right away. Your clerics, Jod and Tristane, were the first to beg for an audience. I'll leave you to your thoughts for now. I'm sure you'll make wise decisions. Of that, I have no doubt. Cutscenes and dialogues and cutscenes and dialogues. Your Grace, wait, what? I keep forgetting what everybody's voice is like that I give them. Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title Baroness. I'm confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Jod stumbles slightly. Though, to be honest, that isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristane and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at Temple of the Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. He exhales loudly, catching his breath. And now there's a new woe. Tristane and I believe the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There's a place near the capital that is rumoured by the locals to be cursed. Tristane and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as at the Temple of the Elk. What is this place, and where is it? There is a bald hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe that rituals glorifying the dark gods were held there back in ancient times. There's no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling, like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. And this wound will undoubtedly open again. Tristane and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon plague us once more, I swear, by Eristil. I will go there as soon as I am able. I would be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Tristane. We've been to this hilltop. It's barren, but filled with a dense atmosphere of unease. Well, what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the bald hilltop and resolve the issue. For now, we can only wait and prepare. We beg your pardon, Your Grace, for intervening with you getting the grasp of your barony. I'm sure you have even more pressing matters at hand right now. So, how to build a kingdom.
My instincts dull when I'm tired.
Instincts dull when I'm tired. Okay, barony has 10 basic stats, each supervised by an advisor. They are as follows. Population by the regent. That would be me, I guess. Well, no, I'm assigning a regent. Just because I'm the Baron doesn't mean I'm necessarily automatically also the regent, I guess. Loyalty, the counselor. Military, the general. Economy, the treasurer. Divine, the high priest. Relations, the grand diplomat. Stability, the warden. Magic, the magister. Culture, the curator. And espionage, the minister. Stat development. Stats increase if your governance is successful and decrease if your events don't end well or other negative factors are placed in your way. Don't let your barony stats drop to 0 or lower. This will cause your subjects to riot and your state will begin to crumble. Each stat has a certain milestones or ranks within them. Every 20 points in the stat will increase your rank. Rank 1 unlocks a corresponding advisor position for that stat. Further development of the stat and upgrades to its ranks will be possible only if you have an advisor in the relevant position. Governing your barony will require 1 advisor for each stat. You may appoint your companions as well as some of the Stolen Land citizens into these advisor positions. Each of the 10 positions has at least 3 characters who are qualified to hold it. Not all of these characters will be willing to serve you right away. Some of them will need to be convinced. Appointing others will require completing assignments for them or rendering them some other service. Every advisor acts on their own ideology. They have their own opinions on everything that happens in your domain. Therefore, you may want to select characters whose governance philosophy is consistent with your own. Open the Advisor tab on the right side of the screen. Click an empty slot and select a character to appoint them as advisor. More about advisors. Every barony stat gains a bonus from a specific ability of the appointed advisor. The exact size of the bonus is indicated in the upper right hand corner of the advisor's card. Only advisors may address the problems, opportunities, and sudden events that occur in your domain and require immediate attention. Don't leave these positions vacant. Okay, choose a name for your barony. Okay. The name for our barony. What shall we call our barony? Currently it's called Shrike. I mean, that seems, you know, kind of shitty. Okay, I'm gonna go with a little. I'm gonna go with a little in joke. Yes, Ilya. This is the Ilian barony. Shrike. Well, let's see. Oh, actually, I think I'm going to stop here for a moment, because this seems, well, Ilya, neutral. Community, yeah, okay. We have one village. Oh. Crisis points 5. Purchase BP. Okay, yeah, build points is how we... Okay. That seems like it's a worthwhile... Right, yeah, no. I'm gonna dig into this next episode. This episode is done here. Welcome to Book 2, everybody. It's about to get bumpy. See you next time. Brr.